Hello there, matriculants. Welcome to Educate. Let us do sex determination in genetics and inheritance for grade 12. So remember that the chromosomes that are responsible for determining the sex or the gender of a person are the gonosomes, or they're otherwise known as the sex chromosomes, and they're found on pair number 23. So we basically know that on a human karyotype, the pair number 23, it is the sex chromosomes, the ones that determine the gender of someone, either male or female. They are the ones that determine whether the baby is going to be a male or a female child. So basically, the females have got an XX chromosome, and then the males have got an XY chromosome. So basically, if we look at karyotype, a normal human karyotype, let us start with this one. This one is a female karyotype. So females on pair number 23, this is pair number 23. They have got an XX chromosome. So basically, this chromosome we say is known as an X chromosome. This one is also known as an X chromosome. You can see that these are homologous chromosomes. They are identical, or the chromosomes are the same. They look alike. So basically on pair number 23, for females, we have got an XX chromosome. But for males, on pair number 23, we have got an X and a Y. Look at this one. This one is an X chromosome. This one, the taller one, is an X chromosome. This taller one is an X chromosome, whereas the shorter one is the Y chromosome. So basically, that's how we differentiate between male and female in terms of their gonosomes or their sex chromosomes. So basically, for females, we have an XX, we have two X chromosomes, and for males, we've got an XY. That is, we have got one X chromosome, it's a longer one, and one Y chromosome, it is the shorter one, this one. That happens on pair number 23. So now the possibility of giving birth to a male or a female child for any pregnant female is 50%. So whenever a female is pregnant, they have got 50% chances of having a male baby or having a female baby. So the basic thing here is that there is a 50% chance that you will give birth to a boy. There is also a 50% chance that you will give birth to a girl. So basically, you have to use a genetic cross to prove how that happens. So let's just take this one. It says that Mary has got 4 sons and is expecting a newborn baby next month. Using a genetic cross, determine the probability a newborn baby will be a boy. So here the question says that Mary already has got 4 sons. It has got 4 boy children and then is expecting a newborn baby next month. So now they say use a genetic cross to determine the chances or the probability that the newborn baby that she's expecting next month, of course she's 8 months pregnant or something like that, determine that what is her probability of being a boy. By default, I've already said that the chances of giving birth to a male or a female are 50%. So we already know the answer is 50%, but we have to get 6 marks to prove that using a genetic cross. So remember, for a genetic cross, this is a monohybrid cross starting at the parent generation P1. We first start with the phenotype. Alright, so here basically Mary has to be a female because she's the one that is pregnant, and possibly her male friend, okay, her male husband is a male. So basically the phenotypes that we have here, we have got a male and we are crossing the male with a female. So that is the phenotype, that is the physical characteristic, as in the male and the female. And then what will be our genotypes for that? This will be genotype. So for the males, remember we said that all males have got XY chromosomes on pair number 23. So if you are writing out the genotype for the male, you would say this is XY. And then you are crossing this with a female. The females have got an XX chromosome on their gonosomes, pair number 23. So this must be X and X. And then what is next after writing the genotype? Remember, you write meiosis. So the next thing that follows here is the process of meiosis, which will create gametes. So meiosis will do what? It will create gametes. Remember that during the formation of gametes, these chromosomes are just going to separate. That is, when you write them, you're going to write X, comma, Y. Just means that now we have got two separate cells. In an ideal case, this is actually the sperm cell of a male. One sperm cell has got an X chromosome, then the other sperm cell has got a Y chromosome. So we have separated them to show that we are creating new gametes that have got each of these chromosomes. And we are crossing this with a female. We are going to do the same thing here. The female is given by XX, so these two X chromosomes are going to separate X and X into different ovums. So you have this ovum, and then you would have this ovum. So now what follows after we have the sperm cell and the ovum, which are the gametes? It is the process of fertilization. So you write here fertilization. I already taught how to do a monohybrid cross, but I'm just showing you here as well. So during fertilization, remember, there are always four possibilities. That is, this first blue sperm cell can go and fertilize this first ovum with an X. So the combination of an X and an X will get XX. So our offspring here for the F1 generation, now we write F1, which is the offspring. The possible genotypes for the offspring, or the possible combination of chromosomes for the offspring, will be X and X. Remember with him, basically, the offspring are actually inheriting. The offspring are inheriting the chromosomes from their parents. So basically, the offspring are inheriting the chromosomes from their parents. So in this case, we can say that this X is coming from the father and another X is coming from the mother. We have XX. So this first sperm cell can also fertilize this other ovum here. If it fertilizes the other ovum, this will be XX as well. This is still XX because this first sperm cell from the male has got X, and from the female also has got X. And then now we go to the second sperm cell. The second sperm cell, which is this green one, it can combine with this first ovum, which has got an X. So we've got a combination of X and Y there. You can see that here we would have X, here we would have Y. So this will be X, Y. You start with X. Don't write YX. This is X, Y. And then the last possibility here, it is for this second sperm cell to fertilize this ovum. This will still give you X, Y. So look at this. These are the genotypes. Okay, these are the what? These are the genotypes for the possible offspring. That is, when these two reproduce, when Mary and the husband are doing the deed, the possible offspring that we could have, if the first sperm cell meets with the first ovum, we're gonna get XX. If the first sperm cell meets with the second ovum, we're gonna get XX. If the second sperm cell meets with an ovum, we're gonna get XY. If the second ovum meets with the second sperm cell meets with the second ovum, we're gonna get XY. So there are always four possibilities. And you can see that of all those possibilities, we can just state their phenotype to say that the offspring that will be created, basically you can see we have got XX here, and we also have got XX. So we have got two females. Remember, the XX represents that this is a female. So once you see XX, you know that those are what? Are females. So here we have a chance of getting two female genotypes. Okay. And then this is the other one. We have got XY here. And also here we also have got XY as well. So we have got also two chances of getting male genotypes, because remember that XY points out to a male. So this is two male genotypes. So looking at this, you can see that out of four possibilities, two are female, two are male. So the question was, use the genetic cross to determine the probability that her newborn baby is a boy. You already know that for the newborn baby to be a male, there are 2 out of 4 chances. There are two out of 4 chances, because here we have got 4 possible genotypes, right, for the offspring, and 2 of them are males, and we are calculating the probability of giving birth to a male. So this is what 2 chances out of 4. Okay, 2 out of 4 chances multiplied by 100. And then 2 out of 4 multiplied by 100, you get 50% chance. So basically here, what have we done? We have proven that using a genetic cross, that even if Mary had 4 sons, it doesn't mean that she's going to get a girl in the next pregnancy. No. Okay. Pregnancy is not actually predictable. It is random. Remember that these are all the possibilities only if the right sperm cell meets with the right ovule. So here it can happen that we're gonna get a combination that will give us girls, or a combination that will give us boys. So in a sense here, we're trying to say that there are 50% chances of getting a male child. There are 50% chances of getting a female child. So whenever they ask you to determine the probability of giving birth to a girl or a boy, it's always 50%. That's the answer. It's always 50% for any pregnant female. There are 50% chances of getting a boy, 50% chances of getting a girl. Okay, and you can use a genetic cross to prove that. So in addition, you can just say that the males or the fathers are the ones that determine the sex. So basically the males, they determine the sex of the baby because they've got both the X and the Y chromosomes. So if we have got here a male with an X, and a female, remember, has got an XX, and then a male has got an XY. So do you see that these are coming from the male, these are coming from the female. These are the gonosomes or the sex chromosomes. So here, if the male X meets with the female X, we can get a girl, or if it meets with this other X, we can get a girl. But if it happens that the male's Y meets with this X, we're gonna get a boy. That's XY. Or this male's Y meets with an X, we're gonna get XY. That's a possibility of a boy. So do you realize that the one that actually determines the gender of the baby, it is the male chromosomes, because males have got both X and Y chromosomes. As for females, it is all XX. Okay, females have got X chromosomes only. Okay, so if the male provides the X chromosome to the female, it will be a girl. But if the male provides the Y chromosome, it will be a boy. So in essence, the males determine the sex of the baby. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends to stay tuned.